Welcome back to Wishtree. Chapter 13. Bongo was the first to see what happened to me. She landed at the base of my trunk, head cocked. Dropping the potato chip in her beak, she cried, "I leave you alone for a few minutes and look what happens. What on earth?" Do you guys remember what happened? "It seems like someone mistook me for a pumpkin," I said. When she didn't smile, I added, "Because, I was carved." For the millionth time, Red, explaining doesn't make things any funnier. Bongo flew to my lowest scaffold branch, one of my big primary limbs. She examined my injury. "Does it hurt?" "Not the way an injury might hurt you. Trees are different that way." "I gotta do something," Bongo said. "There's nothing to be done." "You've got a major boo-boo. I want to help. You're the wise old tree. Tell me what to do." "Really, Bongo? Time heals all wounds." Bongo hates it when I philosophize. She rolls her eyes. At least I think she did. It's hard to tell with crows. Their eyes are like morning blackberries, dark and dewy. "I just hope my bark isn't ruined," I said. "That's my favourite side." Do you all remember the boy who carved into Red? I wonder about that boy. I wonder what he carved in Red. "It's not ruined, just decorated, like those tattoos people get." Bongo nudged me with her beak. "Show me who did this. I'll get him. I'll squawk at his window in the middle of the night. I'll dive bomb him and yank out some hair." She flapped her wings. "No, better yet, I'll make a deposit on his head. I'll make a deposit on his head every day for a year." I didn't ask what kind of deposit. I was quite sure I knew. Do you guys know? "Bongo dear," I said, "that won't be necessary." Bongo shifted from foot to foot, something she did when she was working out a problem. She said, "it's almost time for wishing day. Maybe this is some kind of wish, just a poorly delivered one." "Another wishing day," I repeated. It seemed like we'd just had one. Had a whole year already come and gone. Days have a way of slipping past, like raindrops in a river. Oh. Wow, can you all read that? Leave. Leave. Huh. "One more round," Bongo said, "of greedy people bugging you with their needs. One more round of hopeful people wishing for better things." Oh, sorry, that was the tree talking. "One more round of hopeful people wishing for better things." Wishing day was always a bit hard on me and on my residents. Usually the animals and birds stayed away that day to avoid curious hands and endless photographs. But it was just one day. I understood its history and my role in it. I knew people were full of longings. A mother tugging a toddler along the sidewalk froze in place when she saw my trunk. "Mummy, what does that say?" asked a little girl who was clutching a stuffed toy dog by its bedraggled tail. The mother didn't answer. "Mummy?" They crossed the lawn, and the mother stepped close to me. "It says, leave," she finally said. "Like trees have leaves?" Gently, the mother traced my cuts with her index finger. "Maybe," she answered. "Maybe like that." She looked over at the two houses near me. Shaking her head, she tightened her grip on the little girl's hand. "Let's hope that's all it means." I wonder who the boy was who carved it, And I wonder what he meant by leave. And I'm wondering why the two houses fit into this. Those houses, chapter 14. Those houses, my houses. One painted blue, one painted green, with a black door. One with a black door, one with a brown door, one with a yellow mailbox, one with a red mailbox. For well over a century, I'd stared at them. Do you know how long a century is? Yeah, that's right, 100 years. For well over a century, I'd stared at them. Prim and proper, same small size, same boxy shape, same pitched roofs, and squat brick chimneys. Architectural siblings. Ooh, right. So they look very similar. Long before they were a glimmer in some builder's eye, I was here, right in the middle of things. If my roots stretched past the property line that separated them, well, that's never been my concern. Roots can be unruly. Mine explored the earth below both houses, pirouetted around their plumbing, anchored their foundations. I spread my shade fairly. I dropped my leaves evenly. I bombed their roots with acorns in equal number. I did not play favourites. Over the years, many families had called those houses home. Babies and teenagers, grandparents and great-grandparents. They spoke Chinese and Spanish, Yoruba and English, and French Creole. They ate tamales and pani puri, dim sum and fufu, and grilled cheese sandwiches. Different languages, different food, different customs. That's our neighbourhood. Wild and tangled and colourful, like the best kind of garden. A few months ago, a new family, Samar's family, rented the house. They were from a distant country. Their ways were unfamiliar. Their words held new music. Just another transplant in our messy garden, it seemed. Except that this time something changed. The air was uneasy. The parents in the greenhouse refused to welcome the new family. There were polite nods between the adults at first, but then even those vanished. Other things happened. Someone threw raw eggs at the blue house. Oh my goodness. One afternoon, a car passed by filled with angry men yelling angry things like, "Muslims, get out." Sometimes Samar would walk home, trailed by children taunting her. I love people dearly, and yet 216 rings and I still haven't figured them out. Our neighbourhood had welcomed many families from far away. What was different this time? Muslims, get out. The headscarf Samar's mother wore, or was it something else? As all this unfolded, busybody that I am, I kept tabs, eavesdropped, observed. I never interfered, though. Trees are impartial observers. We are the strong and silent type. Besides, what could I possibly do? I had limbs, but they could merely sway. I had a trunk, but it was rooted to the earth. I had a voice, but it could not be used. My resources were limited. So too, as it turned out, was my patience. Leaves us with a lot to think about, doesn't it?